A terminally ill woman was miraculously saved after her dog found her a 1 in 22 million kidney donor on a beach. Lucy Humphrey, 44, had kidney failure after suffering from lupus for 15 years and was told she would die without a new one. But when Lucy and partner Sened Owen, 49, went to the beach for a day out, her Doberman Indy kept approaching a stranger. Incredibly, Indy had managed to sniff out kind-hearted Katie James, 40, who had recently gone on the donor list and against all odds was a perfect match for Lucy. Katie last night joked, "One doctor said it was the hand of God, more like the hand of dog if you ask me." Since the OP, Lucy has now been able to drink a pint of lager again and enjoy a gin and tonic. She said, "It's a miracle. If Indy hadn't sniffed Katie out on the beach, I may never have found my perfect match. I think her doggy instincts told her that Katie was a warm, kind, and generous person who would be happy to help me." Lucy went over to apologize to Katie for Indy bothering her and the pair got talking, with Katie invited to join their barbecue, on Cold Nap Beach, Berry Island, South Wales. Lucy, of nearby Newport, said, "She brought some drink over with her and offered me some. Sened explained I couldn't drink as I was on dialysis. He said she's waiting for a kidney transplant." Surprised Katie replied, "That's mad. I've just gone on the kidney donation register." Sened asked her who she was donating to and Katie explained, "Anyone who wants it." They swapped numbers and contacted a donor coordinator the next day. Lucy said, "She had all the tests and it turned out she was a perfect match. A surgeon told us it's a 1 in 22 million chance to find the perfect match, and that's what I needed as I've got lupus. They did tell me a few years back I only had about 5 years. Dialysis doesn't work forever and you can only have so many access lines put in as well. Lupus is a condition that causes inflammation to the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, and joints." She and Sened, from Caerphilly, South Wales, had been due to take their 2 Dobermans Indy and Jake in their camper van for a weekend break elsewhere. But Lucy was not well enough for the long journey, so they went to Berry instead. Lucy said, "Indy kept going over to this woman about 100 yards away. We were calling her back, but she wouldn't leave her alone. We thought she had food or something and in the end Sened went over to apologize because Dobermans can be a bit intimidating. It was the fact that Indy almost sussed her out and chose her." Katie said, "I'm a dog lover so I was very happy when Indy came over to me while I was sitting there crocheting." The 2 women had their transplant at the University Hospital of Wales, Cardiff, on October 3, 2022. The operation was a success and Lucy is now fully recovered and living a normal life. She said, "I really needed this transplant. I'd been on the waiting list for several years. It's completely changed my life already." Lucy described Katie as a wonderful, selfless person who she cannot thank enough. And donor Katie said, "I feel really lucky that I got to know Lucy. I know that it's worked and I know that she's out there living her life. To me, there's been no negative to it whatsoever. It's the best thing I've ever done and I feel so proud of myself and my family are proud of me." In the lead up to the OP, Katie set up a group on WhatsApp called the Kidney Gang. Sened said, all her visits to the hospital she was updating us and sending recorded messages and pictures. "I've still got all the recordings and how excited she was that she was doing something good." Writing on Facebook last year before the operation, Medical Secretary Katie said, "I've wanted to donate a kidney since I first heard it was a thing over 20 years ago. I applied a few years ago and was put in for a pooled donation to a stranger, which I was more than happy about. Then COVID ruined everyone's lives and the process almost came to a halt. During this time, I was camping one weekend and got chatting to a fella who told me that he and his partner could only camp for one night at a time because his partner was on dialysis. How bizarre, I said, I'm on the donor list. Why don't we see if we match? A couple of blood tests, ECGs, X-rays, MRIs, urine tests, and psychological tests later and here we are. I'm excited I can give Lucy the camping life I've enjoyed these past few years and she's excited to be able to pee like a normal person. Though that novelty will wear off soon, I'm sure. I have 2 healthy kidneys and I only really need one. Lucy spends 3 days a week for 4 hours a day, hooked up to dialysis. That sounds like my idea of hell. I'm so excited and happy that there's something I can do to give her a normal life. Speaking recently, Katie said, we went in together on the Sunday, and on the Monday morning they took us down, took my kidney out, popped it into Lucy and Bob's your uncle. I didn't think it would be a match because it's such a coincidence for us to just randomly meet on the beach. I feel really lucky that I got to know Lucy. I feel really proud of myself. I get embarrassed sometimes though, as every time I'm out with my nan she will tell a stranger, oh, my granddaughter donated a kidney. Senate added, we ended up going to Barry by total chance, meeting Katie by total chance, and Lucy's ended up with a kidney. There is always hope. Never give in, because you never know. Stories like Lucy's offer real hope, and to find a good match via a chance meeting with a stranger in Katie is very lucky. There are currently around 7,000 waiting for a kidney transplant. COVID had an impact on waiting times, so whilst transplantation is increasing again, it's still behind what it would have been. Receiving a kidney from a living donor can reduce waiting times and often results in better outcomes for the recipient. Around 1,000 ops take place each year from living donors, but with 20 people a day facing kidney failure, there is still more to do to help people get a transplant.